Hello again, and welcome back to the bus. Kind of picking up at the bus stop I left off at last time when I just took a kind of a tour through the city. And I'm going to get on here. Really, I say I left off at this bus stop, but it's a different day and the weather's different. Time of day is a little different too. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get the ticket machine going. Sometimes referred to the IBIS system, the Integrated Onboard Info System, Integrated Onboard Information System. And even though we're here, we want to hit the Arrive button so that the ticket system is ready to go. And if I step out here, you can see that having punched everything in, the display, the front of the bus display is on, and people know what line we're on. So as you can see, as I went through the IBIS, it's fairly easy with the bus at the moment. You just have to put in your PIN number and then select your tour and your line first, and then depending on what time of day it is, what tour it is. All that is there available for you, so you can almost cheat. And here we go. Setting up is very easy. It's much easier than the old buses that we were running. You know, you may still be running them in OMSI 2. In OMSI 2, the old IBIS is an older machine, and you have to know a little bit about the key presses, the keypad, and you have to look at the charts to determine what line you're on, and then look at the chart matrix to come up with the proper code to enter into the IBIS. None of that is needed here in the monitoring machine. I don't know. Even as we get frequent updates from the bus, for the bus, from the development group, how much of that will be handed over to us, but I think these new machines are just going to be easier as they are anyway. Most of all, as we pick up passengers, we'll see what needs to be done to give them a ticket. Guten Tag. Morgan. Alright, nobody wanted a ticket this time. And I imagine the truth of it is, in modern day, a lot of the travelers will have tickets. I travel a lot myself on aircraft, and everything's done on the phone now. I almost never go to the ticket counter for anything. Almost never. Once in a while I may have to change a flight or something. And even that, I've been doing that on the phone. So come along with me, and eventually we'll pick up some passengers that want to buy and purchase tickets, and we'll see how that goes. I purposely kind of set up a gloomier day with some overcast on the, February. I'm recording this in February. I figured I'd give it a February date as we travel through the city of Berlin.
Breitscheidplatz.
This is just a pedestrian walk here I'm stopping at. like anybody's at this stop. By the way, you probably noticed I turned off all the helps as far as, I don't need any balloons for the bus stops to float around and tell me where to put the bus, or that I have a stop coming up, and I don't have the highlighted bracket to show me where to put the bus either. You don't really need that, and I find that it's fairly easy to do without it, because the GPS down in the right hand corner there, it tells you when your next bus stop is, and so you can get along without that. Give that a try, and I think you'll realize real quick that it actually adds to the immersion to get rid of all that stuff. Between the people on the bus coughing and me coughing, not really coughing, I just have this lingering from a cough I had almost a month ago. Only seems to come up when I want to talk a little bit. Well, I was watching some reviews on YouTube on the bus, on bus type games, and it went through, I think 3 or 4 of them, or 4 or 5 of them, including the bus, and kind of rated them as, good or fair or poor. They gave the bus a low rating, and pretty much because at the moment we don't have much of a career menu. All you can do is do what we're doing here today, go through the streets of Berlin and pick up passengers. But for that, it does that well, and I enjoy it immensely. I don't know as far as a career in the future. This is an early release, and they keep building on what can be done with the bus, giving it more routes, extended routes, more complexity. I think in what's clickable on the bus. So we'll see. Oh, there is somebody here waiting. Or did they walk off? Oh, here we are. Yep, he was there. Ticket machine is actually very easy to use. There's only a few hiccups that I had to get accustomed to, and it really comes down to, if you don't need this video, you could pretty much learn this stuff and use this ticketing system. It's pretty self-forward, but hopefully as we pick up passengers that want to purchase tickets, some of those things will. Do we have somebody here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, as we pick up passengers that want tickets, we'll see some of the nuances. Oh, he walked off on me. Right into, look at that, right into the building. Oh, that was beautiful. Maybe one day we'll, 1,000 years from now, we'll be doing that kind of thing. Wear the right wristwatch. Right through the material stuff you go. Seems like you could do anything in the movies today.
Nordische Botschaften, Adenauer Stiftung.
Got a bus stop coming up, but it's on the other side of this intersection. Got a whole line of people, I think, going to go right. This is kind of a risk. Done this before. I think I've done it before on yeah, that truck went straight. I just have to hope these guys want to go right, because I gotta pick up passengers here. Anyhow, I got away with it this time. And I'm happy to pick up a few on the other side here.
Hi.
Hey, welcome
Moin.
aboard, Morgan. Moving along. You know, I had turned up. Now I said I turned up the amount of passengers wanting to purchase tickets, and I'm thinking now, since I hadn't had any yet, that I forgot to hit the apply button. Now, if you have any experience with the bus and you make any changes to the settings, don't forget to hit the apply button. I must have forgot, because we're not getting any. We should get some though, because I do keep it on a small percentage, so I always get some. It's quite challenging if you put on a high percentage of passengers wanting tickets. It's hard to meet the schedule. Let's see if we get some this time.
Hi.
Hey, nobody yet.
Hi.
Oh, somebody else got on. Snuck on. Huh. Well, I got a minute or so here, so kind of hang tight. Talking about schedule, so I'm ahead of schedule. I have noticed a big improvement with the AI, with the pedestrians and with the traffic. There was some odd things that would go on before with traffic, and I don't notice them so much anymore, or at all. So I think they took care of a lot of that stuff. Here's a guy. I always like this stop.
Hallo.
Hello.
Moin.
There we go.
Einen Fahrschein bitte.
So what you do here is you look to see that he wants a single ticket AB. You start with the AB, and then hit single ticket, and then since it's cash, you hit the green button cash, and his ticket comes out. Now you see on the that takes care of all the steps you need. Very simple to do. You cannot do them in reverse. So the next time I pick up a passenger, I can't, and I look at this IBIS and it says single ticket. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't. If it says single ticket and I hit single ticket, it could be wrong because it won't go to the next screen, which is the screen for determining whether you want the AB or ABC. So that is the screen that you need to start with. You got to start with the ABC screen, or before you go into whether it's a single ticket or a 24-hour ticket. We'll sneak across here. If I confuse you with all that, we'll see it as it comes up again. And one of the things I do to help me with that too, squeeze in here. He's kind of got his rear tire towed into my lane.
Varienfreistraße, Potsdamer Platz.
I kind of cheated too, used the bus lane to get around them. Quite often you'll find delivery vehicles and taxis in the bus lane. Like, that's okay, and that's kind of good that they're doing that, because I think that's reality. Let's see if we get somebody here that can explain better what I was kind of choking on a minute ago.
Hallo.
Hello. Nobody wants to buy a ticket. But you notice it says well, we'll wait till we get somebody, you know, then I'll that's the Bond Tower. It amazes me too, because we're running a little early, and I've been cheating a little bit by taking off 30 seconds earlier or sometimes a minute earlier. And I'm not having any trouble with keeping with time, but once something happens and you get into traffic and you lose a couple minutes, it's almost impossible to get it back. It seems to always get worse. So if you're worried about turning off the cheats that tell you where the next bus stop is, one of the things that happens is that you'll get the automatic messenger announcing the stop before you get there. And it's usually, 500 meters to a kilometer. Somewhere in there, it'll announce the arrival of the next stop. And so if you're kind of daydreaming something, you hear that, then you can look at your GPS and know you got one coming up.
S- und U-Bahnhof Potsdamer Platz.
Here you go. And she announced it. You can see the GPS, the stop right there. We're coming up on it. And usually these signs sometimes they get confusing, but if you got somebody there waiting, and we only got one guy, that's a bigger help. And of course you don't want to take it. Let's jump out here and take a look. See if I can wrestle some more some more customers. And that flashing on top is my bus, telling people waiting that we're here. And we're still early. Taking a look at a map, see where we are. And we're not quite even halfway yet. We got plenty of opportunity to get more ticket sales going.
Leipziger Straße, Wilhelmstraße.
See a group of people gathering, that's a good indicator. That's where we're going to stop. It looks cold out there.
Moin.
one of them wanted to buy a ticket. Not one of them. One of the things I'm hoping they do is to get more variety in people. Seem to see a lot of the same faces. Walking in the bike lane.
U-Bahnhof Stadtmitte.
Well, I don't know. Nobody at the stop? Oh, here we are. Well, so I'm afraid if I'm here too early that people aren't expecting the bus and I don't want to take off on them. Well, we'll get going. We got the green light.
Jerusalemer Straße. Follow the road tracks here to this bus stop. Still early. Here's the underground. Yeah,
Yeah, you're always going to get a few more passengers coming up from the underground. Yeah, you notice that it says the air conditioner. You can turn on the air conditioner with the G key. Oh, I can't. I don't know what's going on. I can't remember if I submitted that in the problem report to the developers. I checked my keys, and sure enough, G key is the proper key for me, and it's not doing anything. This is one of those bus stops comes right at you as soon as you make the turn. And this is how you fall behind. You can be on time at all your scheduled stops, and then all of a sudden you get stuck at a light like this, and then it seems like you get stuck at every traffic spot there is, and you lose time quick. Look at him, he got cut off at the, right above the knees.
Moin.
Good morning. You know, what I could do is I could ride this sometime and just, every time I see something, just write a problem report and just make that my goal for one of these routes. Be a good beta tester. Now here's a stop that's right on the other side of the intersection. All right, let's get some purchases.
Moin.
Guten Morgen.
There we go.
Guten
Ich hätte
Morgen.
gerne einen
He
Fahrschein.
wants an ABC single ticket. You see, I have to hit that up arrow on the right side of the IBIS. There we go. Now I can select the ABC, and then I can select the single ticket. He's going to use a card, so I'm going to use I want to hit the print receipt and then hit the card. And the reason why I'm showing you that is it's going to give him 2 tickets. You swipe the card and here's the second ticket. And I tell you that pretty much now you've seen how easy this thing is to use in this one stop. It took us a while to get here. And then I hit the up arrow again, so the next stop I don't have that problem. I'm already ready for the first screen. The first screen is always going to be, you know, ABC ticket, and then the second screen, whether it's a single or 24-hour or whatever. But you always want to hit that up arrow to get you back to the kind of the home screen, I guess, for ticket sales. But I had one time somebody come through. I did everything correct, but he wanted the receipt. So occasionally you're going to get a business person, that wants a receipt as well as a ticket, and I once I popped the ticket out of the machine, I could not figure out, and I'm not even sure there is a way to do it, how to get him a receipt. After a while, I just told him to go sit down because I wasn't going to get him a receipt. Actually, if that happens to you, you just go ahead and close the doors and get the bus moving, and they'll sit down for you. But I don't know if it's possible. But from now on, I know if they ask for a receipt, you got to choose to hit that receipt button. Oh boy. You have to hit that receipt button before you hit the type of cash or card or the type of payment. And then it'll pop out too. This is kind of a bad situation. I'm going to have traffic coming at me. We're kind of stuck. Stuck here in the middle. Here we go. Yep, they got that guy to wait for me. Got to threaten him a little. So, this is one of the things that the AI is much better now. Not too long ago, too many revisions back, they would have just smashed into me. You know, it's so they've worked on it, and I'm very impressed at how good they're doing. Kind of cheated and went through that light. I know from bad experience not to go through red lights. So, is this on the, yeah, I recognize this. This is the corner of Rot House. I think it is. Yeah, there's that. I think that's a government building. There's the kind of the underground there for getting on a train. I don't know if they call it subway, but well, they call it the underground. So. This is a spot that OMSD 2 would take you to quite often, but we'll get back on the bus and we're ready to go. Yeah, I was talking about how they don't have any other buses in the traffic. In certain areas, you'll see, flex bus as stationary buses parked. I noticed that in other areas, like at a particular park or zoo, they have a lot of flex buses there. Where else did I notice them? I think at Brandenburg Gate. That's that section of town. Actually, it's not too far from here, where this main drag stops, and you can't go any further because the historic Brandenburg gate is there, kind of the gate to the city. And you have to go around it. And there's park all around it, historic sites, and I think there's a bunch of flex buses there on the other side. And you're not going to have a bus stop in that area, so if you want to see it, you're going to just have to drive up and do a U-turn and take a look at it. Or I parked the bus and walked around. There's a lot of sights to see by the Brandenburg Gate, so. No one else wanted to buy a ticket. I think I covered all that you need to do on ticket sales. You want to get to the upper screen that has the ABC selection, and then you want to go and select the single ticket or the 24-hour ticket. There's one other type of ticket. Gosh, what kind of ticket is that? There's another ticket sale that you can do. Maybe we'll get one. forgot what it's called. I think it's like an all-purpose ticket. It's like $20 or something. Get you on any line, anywhere, any time of day. I think. I just don't remember what it's called. Nobody's wanting to buy one here. There's a lot of construction down here, and I gotta tell you, I hate it in real life, and I don't like it better in virtual life either. And the construction is just not many people's favorite thing. It's not my favorite thing, and I think actually it's not just here as part of gameplay. It's here because this is what's going on at the moment. In Berlin at the moment, and you know, I think that is the case. Gotta be careful. I should have never went around that way, but I get confused with construction. Real life gets me going too. I always get confused about it, what they want you to do. It's usually they make it simple for people because they don't want anybody getting hurt that's out there working, and they don't want us getting. But I think too much about it. I think. City life.
Prenzlauer Allee.
I have yet to go in my settings and tweak this for better performance. And this being the early access, I don't think they quite optimized it as much as I expect it will happen before a permanent release. So as a bus driver, you know, you got to use that driver's awareness training that they, you know. So I'm looking ahead and I'm seeing that guy waiting to cross the street, and once it turns green, he started to cross. And so you look around and you know, you got all that going on, and so you don't get surprised. See, these people coming up, I mean, that's a good indicator that this is one of the... Oh, see, that one guy is still in the street. I'd like to run over his toes. Look at this is funny.
Moin.
Look at those guys marching around the post. They must all be military brats.
Moin.
Oh, good, we got a ticket sale. ABC, single ticket, cash. And here I gotta give some change. Just needed 20 cents, and then I can hit the cash button. Give him his ticket. He didn't want a receipt. Keep an eye out that, because that caught me off that one time. It doesn't happen too often. Well, it may happen a lot more often if you got a lot more ticket sales on your settings. It looks like my next stop is after. I'm going to make a turn at this intersection.
Mollstraße, Autobahnstraße.
Yeah, you can't see it on the GPS just yet, but as soon as I get around, I got to stop. Autobahn Straße. Mollstraße. They're getting better. The developers are getting better too at the chatter in the back of the bus. But there's one guy or lady or somebody back there that groans once in a while. It's just kind of strange. Sounds like a teenage boy with his voice changing. Okay, we got some passengers getting on this one. A lot of familiar faces.
Moin.
Morgan.
Hallo.
Hello. I can't believe not one of them wanted to buy a ticket. I actually prefer it this way. I'll have passengers coming on, and every now and then I'll have to sell a ticket. That's enough to satisfy my wanting to play with that machine. But you set that thing up high enough, and you're gonna have them all lined up for tickets. You're never gonna get anywhere. But it's the thing to do for a good challenge. Let's see. Anybody out here? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Moin. Hallo?
Hello.
Einen Fahrschein bitte.
Morgen.
Hallo.
So, he gave me $5 and he needs 3 back. I mean, there's $3 sale, so he needs 2. I need to. After a while, you have to see which one of those keys is a $2 key. And he gave cash, didn't he, or did he give a card? Cash, of course. I gotta tell you, gotta be careful if you're in a hurry. Sometimes you get 1 or 2 get on, and you close the doors, and there's still people trying to get off. I've done that. I got people hung up in the door trying to get off because they come down from the second deck, and by the time they come down, I'm already ready to shut the door and go. So keep an eye on that. I don't see anybody at this bus stop. Oh yeah, there's somebody. So a whole bunch got off there, if you noticed. Got that concrete giving somebody the ability to make a left-hand turn if they want to in that little space. So we got the concrete island there. You have to kind of drive around, and here's another one. That's got to be a one-way street coming in. I don't think there's anybody here. Somebody wants to get off though.
Danziger Straße.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Wie viel würde das kosten?
He needs to, well, he wants to know how much it costs, so you just handle it by going ahead and hitting the A, B, and the single ticket, and then wait for him to give you, he gave me a coin, it's $2, $2 even, you're good to go by hitting the old cash button. So that was one situation I didn't talk about, was busting through that red light. Holy cow! Look, and there comes another one, and I'm at fault. That's what happens when you go through a red light and you're not paying attention. Holy cow. Practically ran over that lady. And then I was watching her go by, and and another one came out. Holy cow. She's a little hurry. Yeah, so that was another situation I hadn't talked about yet, is sometimes you have somebody that wants to know how much it is first before they choke up the money. And all you do is you handle it like a regular cash thing. Just don't hit the cash button until they throw their change in the on the top there. All right, we got some waiting here. right, everybody on. As far as I can tell, the city looks really good. You see a lot of the same advertisements though. But I did notice that they must have licenses for some of the stores. Burger King, McDonald's, and several of the other stores they must have got. They got those. They're not faking those out with strange names. We got another stop right on the other side of the intersection. Now, I don't know if I get any more ticket sales today. About coming to the end of the run. You got a stop coming up. Hey, I didn't hear the announcement. Squeak that one in.
Guten Morgen.
Oh, Morgan.
Benötige
Oh, we
einen
have a ticket
Fahrschein.
sale.
Wie viel würde das kosten?
Yes, she wants to know how much it costs. So for a single ticket AB, go back to the upscreen to AB, single ticket, that'll give you the $3. Perfect. Then you can hit the cash button, no change needed. I did notice that doing this tour, it's mid-morning. There's not as much traffic as you'd have in the early morning or in the late afternoon. So there is a traffic setting, but even still, depending on what time of day, it makes adjustments for that. Comes to the end of our run. I'm going to squeeze over here to the left. Once that van goes by, taxi. I didn't get over soon enough. Anyway, cut in front of him. Thanks for coming along this morning, and hopefully I was help. It was really not much to talk about as far as the IBIS goes, except for some tips that I could give you. I hope that helped you. Now, what side of this? I think it's right here. All right. So I don't know why I drove by it. It was there. This is a parking lot, and yeah, I'm kind of stuck here, so I can't, there's no U-turn there. I gotta back out and go around. So I'm not gonna bore you with all that. Thanks for coming along. That was the end of the ride anyway, and hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.